Yo, I am so proud of myself. Do y'all see how amazing this wig came out? Like, this was originally 1B, and I got it to the shade of blonde. So here I'm just actually just going in and just making the wig. One thing that I'm just like, I don't want to say like really, really proud of, but like, I know the color is not perfect, but I'm just really grateful for the fact that I haven't damaged it. And I just know, you guys know me, I'm a perfectionist, and I just know I'll improve upon the process going forward. But let's just chat and just talk about my hair business and things that are going on or things that have gone on. Yes, I've taken a slight hiatus from YouTube. Life been life, and some of my social media friends, you guys know what's been going on with me, so you would understand. It's not easy to always show up. I'm back in therapy. And my therapist told me, 'cause y'all know I'll be picking, it's not what this video is about, but, life be life. And so he's got to say it as it is. And she interpreted me picking as me liking to touch. So, things that I do with my hands, like making wigs, creating, crafting, doing my nails, pretty much anything is like a form of therapy for me. So, I was like, let me come on here, update you guys with what's going on with me, what's going on with my hair business, the whole shebang. So I lifted this hair. I got a new set of bleach. I think it's Schwarzkopf. I'll link it down below. I'll put it in my Amazon storefront if I remember, because y'all know editing Kim don't be remembering. And I'm just really, really proud of myself. Like, first of all, the bleach is expensive. So let's get into that, right? If you guys are bleaching hair and it's not coming out to the shade of blonde that you're used to it coming out to, I'm here to tell you the products that you're using is not working. What do I mean when I say that? Like, I used to use the cheapest bleach, and I would always have, like, I have wigs that I looked at, that wig that has the blonde in the front, the brown in the back, and it came out to a high shade of blonde. Now, did I damage it? Yes. Is the hair like affected to where the damage is noticeable? No, but it seems like all of these companies, their products is not as good as they used to be. Like, some of the shampoos and conditioners used to work before, they don't work anymore. Things and times are changing, and unfortunately they impact everything. So I will be offering some coloring services. I'm not yet sure if I'm going to do like full blonde like I did with this one, because this was a lot of work. And like I said, the bleaching itself was expensive. I think the bleaching and the developer were like $60 in comparison to like half that if you get like, L'Oreal Quick Blue. So it's definitely, a worthy investment, but I want to make sure that I can perfect it before I actively offer it to customers. I'm really, really proud of the way it came out, but it took, I don't want to say trial and error, but, it took some trial and error, for lack of a better word. But I'm really, really happy with, how it came out. So I am just sewing this wig down. I actually made this wig with my cousin in mind, and then she actually ended up wanting the wig. I was like, if anything, I need to improve upon my skills, because if I don't offer it, someone else will, and we have to make sure we offer everything. Now, one thing I will say about this hair is it's so soft. I always remember comparing my wigs to some of the other blonde wigs from another hair company that I have, and saying like, how were they able to achieve such high level of blonde and have the hair still feel soft? Baby, when I tell you this hair still feels soft, if not softer, that it's been dyed or bleached or lifted, because I bleached it twice, toned it, and the hair is like buttery. So if you guys haven't checked out bundles by kimslifevlog.com, check it out. If you have not reached out, have any questions, I'm very thorough. I respond to my emails in a timely manner. It's info at bundlesbykimslifevlog.com. Make sure you check me out. Now, the other thing I want to touch on is, I have a vendor, and I haven't, life been life. And sometimes, like I go full speed ahead and then I end up burning out. It's part of life. I feel like we all go through this, especially like all my creator friends. I feel like we all kind of go through the burnout at the same time. But my vendor, where do I begin? Every now and again, I do receive dyed hair from my vendor. And if it's one thing that you guys know about me, I believe in transparency and honesty. And I've always come to you guys and said, hey, if my vendor sends me something that's dyed or bleached, I'm not going to send it to you. Well, recently my order, I got a closure, and, they tried to, I don't want to say finesse, but we're going to call it a finesse. They're like, oh, well, this is measuring 20 inches. A customer ordered a 20-inch closure. I ended up canceling the order, because you guys know how I feel about running a business and having integrity, you know, I'd rather you be upset. And I hate that this had to be the outcome. She didn't respond to the email. I don't know if she got it. I know a lot of people don't really check their email as I check my email, but I ended up canceling the order because it came and it wasn't to my liking in terms of like what they were saying didn't align with what I've received from them in the past. And I had to send them a video on YouTube showing, hey, this is what it shows how you measure it. And I said, let's just say for argument's sake, you're telling me this is supposed to measure 20 inches from the very front all the way to the back. I'm like, why is it the same length as the closure that I got from you guys at 16 inches? Let's speak on that. That's one. And two, no point in this closure is 20 inches. And, you know, I'll try to put a picture out up top or maybe like a little video that I sent them. But I'm like, I'm not willing to accept this because if I was a customer receiving this, I wouldn't accept this as a response. Like I believe it was complete BS. I called them on it. I said, hey, I don't know what changed, but this is not what I've received from you guys in the past. I would like to not receive it going forward. I sent them a video on how to properly measure it, you know, so we'll see what happens. The thing that has me hung up on my existing vendors, obviously you guys know it took me a really long time to find them. It took me a year and 4 months. So 14 months, about 14, 16 months to find a vendor. The hair is good. The lace is good now. They did also change the way the lace in the front is structured. Like it used to give like hairline, you don't have to pluck it. It's not as bad as I've seen, but it's not as good as it used to be. So I do miss that from them. But, you know, things and times are changing and people are not doing the things that they were doing before. And, you know, it's just a part of business. Do I want to find another vendor? Yes. Do I have and want to spend the resources to do that? No, it was expensive. I don't even know if I've recuperated any, you know, like obviously I have sales going, but I don't know if I have broken even or recuperated any of the money that I invested to even get this hair company up and running, because we're here, we're being transparent, right? This is what I'm known for here on my channel. So I just figured I would come on here and just like share that with you guys. The one thing I really appreciate about my vendor is, you know, I'm pretty good about making points and, you know, being honest and upfront. And I feel as though they've taken it constructively. I mentioned this to you guys before. If your hair company is saying their vendor said this, their vendor said that, and they're siding with their vendor, even though they know it's a lie and it logically doesn't make any sense, your hair company is a problem, not the vendor. Because my vendor is accountable. Like they will own their mistakes. You know, like at the end of the day, I'm hoping to build $1 million brand, $1 million business that I'm hoping to manage all on my own. I know, sounds crazy, right? But you know, and at the end of the day, we're in business. So I would hope that you would be upfront and honest with me and accountable. Like, you know, people make mistakes. This last order I received, they dyed bundled. I asked them not to send it, but things happen. I'm not sure if they're doing it on purpose. Now, what I would say, and shout out to my one loyal customer who started ordering from me from the very beginning. I appreciate you, girl. She's pretty much bought all the dyed bundles. Obviously, I offered a discounted price, but she's never had any issues with any of the hair. If I felt as though there was going to be an issue with something that I believe, you know, I received that wasn't what, you know, I anticipated receiving, I am upfront. Like, for example, the closure that I had to cancel the order for because I'm like, hey, you know, this is not up to what you said it should be. And like I said, I emailed the customer. I canceled the order right away because, you know, again, I've said this to you guys many times before. I'm not like any other hair company. I'm going to spend your money the way I would spend mine. And if I don't deem it acceptable for me, I'm not going to have it be acceptable for you. So yeah, I canceled the order. I offered her a discount if she wanted the closure still, you know, even though it wasn't the right length. The hair quality is good. The lace is fine. And then the other thing that was upsetting is that the lace measured a little bit short. And like, oh, well, you got to stretch it. I'm like, I didn't have to do this before. So you're not going to save because they are using Swiss lace. Oh, when I tell you the lace is good, baby, the lace is good. The HG lace is good. The transparent lace is good. They are using the right stuff. Like, it's not that that thick lace. They are using the right stuff. So I get that it's expensive, but you're not going to minge on it with me. You can do that with everybody else. But just don't do that to me, you know, like there's times where I've owed them money and they forgot about it. And I remind them because I believe in being upfront and having a good business relationship. So that's in a nutshell what I've been up to. If you guys stay tuned, listen to the story, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. and shop. The sale is no longer on, but you know, since I've been gone, I do bundle deals. So if you buy any 3 bundles, doesn't matter the length, you're gonna get a discount automatically. No code needs to be entered. The discount is automatically gonna be applied. You know, so we have various things going on. So just make sure you head on over to my website, bundlesbykimslifevlog.com. You can email me, info@bundlesbykimslifevlog.com. My Instagram DMs for that account I don't really check, but if you email me, if any of you have emailed me, you know I respond in a timely manner. If not within minutes, unless I'm sleeping, I am on top of my email. So, you know, make sure you check it out. Shout me out. Questions, qualms, concerns. I'm here. But that wraps this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.